We think of the Addams family as monsters pretending to be human. But what if they're the only humans left in a world of monsters? They smile at death. They laugh at pain. They adore the darkness, and somehow they're happier than everyone else. We call them creepy. We call them kooky. But what if they're not mocking normal life? What if they're exposing it? Because maybe the real horror isn't their world, it's ours. In a house full of torture devices, guillotines, and electric chairs, the Addamses have something most normal families don't: unconditional love. They may live in a graveyard, but they're also the most alive. To understand the Addams family, you have to understand when they arrived in a time when America was obsessed with being perfect. The post-war dream was simple: a neat house, a happy family, and a smile plastered on every face. But hiding under all that sunshine was repression. People were told what to wear, what to believe, even what emotions were acceptable. The perfect family didn't argue, didn't question, didn't feel too much. And that's when the Addams family walked in. They were a mirror, held up to the American dream, but flipped inside out. While everyone else painted their fences white, the Addamses painted theirs black, and somehow that made it more honest. Think about it. They have everything America said it wanted: wealth, stability, family, success, the mansion, the loyal butler, the somewhat well-behaved children. They're the perfect nuclear family, just living in a house that looks like a haunted one. Gomez runs the family finances like a Wall Street tycoon. Morticia manages the home with grace. That would make June Cleaver nervous. And the kids, they're curious, creative, fearless. They're not broken, they're thriving. What made them terrifying wasn't the guillotines or the cobwebs. It was that they didn't hide who they were. They were happy, in public, about being strange. In a world where everyone else was pretending, the Addams family had nothing to prove. They're what the American dream promised: wealth, security, family, but stripped of its hypocrisy. And America loved them for it. The original TV show debuted in 1964, right in the middle of suburban conformity, and it became a hit. Deep down, people were tired of pretending to be perfect. The Addamses were permission to laugh at the perfect lie, and that's the secret. To a lot of people, the American dream still sounds noble. Family, stability, tradition. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. But Charles Addams was showing what happens when those things become performance instead of reality. Their love is real. Their home is real. Even their weirdness is real. They aren't putting on a performance, so other people socially accept them. They truly have those things. They don't act normal to be loved. They're loved because they never act in the first place. The Addams family is full of death iconography, but it's really not about death. It's about what happens when you stop being afraid of it. They've already made peace with the grave. And once you do that, what's left to fear? The Addamses are what happens when you remove fear from the human condition. What's left is love, passion, honesty, and a complete lack of shame about any of it. Gomez and Morticia are the perfect love story, not because they're flawless, but because they never hide their desire. When every other sitcom couple of the 1960s could barely share a kiss on screen, Gomez and Morticia were making innuendos on primetime TV. Their love is gothic, yes, but it's real. Gomez worships Morticia not as a possession, but as a mystery. Morticia returns it with total devotion. They represent the part of the American marriage that was missing in the suburbs, passion that doesn't fade, and love that thrives in the dark.
They're on to me, Mother. I'm almost sure. Of course I tried. I still can't find it. You've got to get over here. Don't say that.
Fester is the spark of the Addams soul, literally and figuratively. He's a man who can channel electricity through his body, but his true power is curiosity. In every version, he's fascinated by chaos, by invention, by life itself. He doesn't understand boundaries because he was never taught to fear them. In Addams Family Values, he falls in love with a black widow killer, and even then, he approaches it with childlike trust. Fester is the emotion society told you to bury, madness. But in his world, madness isn't dangerous. It's innocence unfiltered. Wednesday is truth, distilled to its sharpest edge. She sees hypocrisy everywhere and refuses to play along. In the 1991 film, when the entire family is being threatened with separation and forced normalcy, she's the one who cuts through the pretense, staring down the normal world and calling it what it is, a lie. She's not cruel, she's clear. In the Netflix Wednesday series, she takes that same defiance inward. Her rebellion becomes a search for identity, an attempt to find truth in a world built on performance. She represents the emotion society told you to silence, rebellion. But for Wednesday, rebellion is just honesty, spoken too loudly for polite company. She's the living heir to Charles Addams' original drawings, a little girl smiling sweetly as she prepares to electrocute her brother. The innocence never left, only the illusion did. That's the Addams secret. They don't fear the dark, they live there. The Addams Family began as a joke, but over time, the joke became a mirror and then a myth. In the 1930s, Charles Addams was sketching little Gothic vignettes for The New Yorker. He never even gave the family names at first, just a macabre collection of ghoulish aristocrats who seemed oddly polite while doing terrible things. His humor wasn't mean-spirited. It was rebellion, a smirk at the polite despair of modern life. While the rest of America was selling smiles, he was drawing skeletons. When the television show premiered in 1964, it shouldn't have worked. It aired alongside Leave It to Beaver and The Donna Reed Show. But audiences fell in love with it. They saw a family that didn't fight, didn't cheat, didn't gossip, just loved each other strangely but unconditionally, even while sword fighting in the living room. In a decade terrified of difference, the Addamses made strangeness safe, even enviable. When the franchise was revived in the 1990s, director Barry Sonnenfeld and writer Caroline Thompson modernized it. But they also made it Gothic romanticism for a cynical generation. The films turned the satire into sincerity. Morticia and Gomez became icons of eternal love. Wednesday became a cultural archetype, intelligence sharpened into rebellion. The tone was still comedic, but beneath it was poetry. The idea that embracing darkness is how you keep your soul alive. It's no accident that composer Mark Shaman scored it like a waltz. Every scene moved to the rhythm of a heartbeat in the dark. Decades later, Tim Burton picked up the torch, literally and stylistically. Burton had been chasing the Addams spirit his whole career. The misunderstood outsider, the beauty in decay, the humor in death. Wednesday is no ordinary reboot. It's a return to the myth. The same themes from Charles Addams' cartoons shine through it: alienation, honesty, and the right to be strange without apology. Wednesday Addams at Nevermore Academy is the heir to an American Gothic tradition that started in ink and ended in electricity. The joke isn't that the Addams Family is strange. The joke is that we're stranger. Mid-century America sold perfection like a product. The suburban dream with a lawn mowed within an inch of its life. Every commercial promised safety as long as you stayed exactly the same as everyone else. Then came the Addamses, laughing in the dark, kissing in graveyards, raising children who questioned everything, while TV families like the Cleavers hid their tension behind smiles. Gomez and Morticia built a marriage on open desire. While suburban parents taught their kids to be normal, the Addamses taught Wednesday to be honest. In 1955, psychologist Erich Fromm wrote The Sane Society, arguing that modern people had adapted to insanity by calling it normal. We repress fear, pleasure, and individuality, then medicate the symptoms. The Addams Family flips that script. They're the only ones who never repressed anything. Death, desire, fear, joy. It's all out in the open, which is why they're arguably the most emotionally healthy family on television. They don't perform sanity. They live it in their own morbid way. They aren't crazy. They're free. Free from judgment. Free from shame. Free from pretending to be normal. It's the rest of us who are trapped, locked inside the dream we were told to want. That's why their laughter feels dangerous. Every family on TV was supposed to be tidy, but here was a clan of aristocrats who gardened poison ivy, adored graveyards, and kissed in front of the children, and somehow they were happier than everyone else. By the 1990s, America was drowning in consumerism, shiny malls, brand identities, fake smiles. The Addams Family and Addams Family values in the 90s became biting satires of that culture. Director Barry Sonnenfeld even called it a satire of the modern family in the production notes. The Addams Family began as a satire of normal life, but they outlived normal. They've become folklore, a family that proves you can live among death and still laugh, that you can love without shame, and that you don't have to be ordinary to be whole. Their world may be full of cobwebs and coffins, but it's more alive than ours. The secret identity of the Addams Family is that they're the only truly human ones left in a world that's forgotten what that means. Everyone else hides behind normal, chasing perfection, pretending not to feel fear, passion, grief, or strangeness. The Addamses embrace all of that: death, desire, pain, joy, and that's what makes them alive. They look like monsters, but the real monsters are the people pretending everything is fine all of the time. The Addams Family's secret identity is humanity itself. So, what do you think? Which Addams Family member is your favorite, and who played your favorite Addams character? If you liked this video, you might also like my breakdown of why Uncle Fester is the most dangerous Addams of all. Thanks for watching.